Yo, peace, sneakerheads. What's going on? Just real quick. I just seen this video on my man Khalid posted it on my page, and it was the Dateline of the 2020 thing about the sneakerheads, and I got about like 4.5 minutes into it before I had to turn that shit off. Right when Clark Kent got on there, so I turned it off. The thing is, I just wanted to build about real quick was just what it is to be a sneakerhead to me. Because a lot of times, people, say, oh yeah, man, Jax, you saying, you're going crazy with the sneakers, Ray, you stepped away from music, you started collecting sneakers. And I'm like, nah, it's not really it. Just real quick, I want to build on what it is for me to be a sneakerhead. Like, I've been in the sneakers my whole life, but I grew up poor, so it wasn't like I could always afford the sneakers I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I remember it was a big deal for me, when my mom's, for my birthday, in like grade 6, my mom got me the Griffey Air Max 3s. And that was like a huge thing because they was like $165 sneakers. And my mom was like, well, I'm not getting you any other presents for your birthday. You might not even get a cake, but I'll get you these sneakers if you really want them. I was like, yeah, I want those fucking sneakers. So I was like a huge Ken Griffey fan. So like, I wanted these. And it was tough for me to get the sneakers I wanted in adult sizes because my foot was so big at the time. My dad was like, I'm not paying $200, outrageous prices in the 90s for sneakers. You know what I'm saying? But like, and I got mad because my baby brother, he had a little tiny foot and he's still small, so he was like size 9 now. So it's easy for him to get sneakers, but as a kid, he would always get the sneakers he wanted. So I was a little jealous about that, but you know what I mean? My parents, I ain't gonna front, we don't get along, but they definitely struggle to put, some things on my feet, and I appreciate that. But the way the game is now, it's like, man, y'all niggas be out here just like, the hype beast and the thirst for these sneakers fucking makes me sick. After seeing that video, I just got really irate because I remember vividly back in the day when I was a kid, you couldn't rock certain sneakers. Like, you had a hot pair of Jordans or something. Like, I vividly remember niggas getting beat up in school for sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember all of that shit. Like, the only time that you see niggas with nice sneakers was if they had street credibility or they could fight, which gives you street credibility. Other than that, you was getting your sneakers like, you was being a victim of the jokes. Like, if you wasn't respecting the jokes, niggas was gonna take them shits off your feet like that. I remember that shit. And I remember my dad was like, for a minute, my parents were like, nah, we ain't even gonna get you sneakers because you getting beat up as it is now, so we don't need you getting beat up and then us spending, $90 on sneakers or whatever it was the age I was and having them joints just taken off you. So I mean, what I just wish, like, a lot of the times, like, more time I wish that you guys as consumers and people who watch this video, I know the people that watch my videos really have respect for the culture, and I got respect for the culture. I don't buy sneakers just for the hype. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I like fucking pair of Bo Jacksons, right? I've had these for a minute. Still in damn good shape. I buy my sneakers to wear them. I don't buy them because, like, oh yeah, oh my God, look, I got the KD DMVs. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I got them, and I'm gonna sell them for $300. No, like, I don't even get sneakers to sell them. I get sneakers to rock them because I appreciate what they are. Like, I get a pair I like, and I'll rock with them. I'm not even really big on trades, because I get what appeals to me as an individual. And I think that's me personally what it is to be like a quote-unquote sneakerhead. It's just somebody that sport fly shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of the times, us as minorities, and I hate saying minorities because we make up the majority of the world population, we have this stigma attached to us as only being obsessed with fashion or only being obsessed with a certain type of appeal in an image, and some is like a real life avatar of yourself. You know what I mean? And even my students at school, they obsess over certain things like this. I remember hearing some of my grade 8 girls talking about, oh yeah, the first thing I look at when I talk to guys is sneakers. I was like, that's funny because I know a lot of women my age do the same thing. And it's sad because, like, and I don't think I'm necessarily helping deter from that, but what it is that I do as a sneakerhead has no reflection on who it is me as a person. I have, like, a verbose personality and I'm very boisterous, but I'm a teacher. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here to educate people, and then even in the sneaker game, I'm always down to educate somebody about what the shoe is, where it comes from, like, the backstory of it. A lot, these hype beats just make me fucking sick because it's not. I'm not bitching about they jacking the resale price up like it's cocaine or something. Nigga, I got money. I'm not mad about that. I don't care about the price of the sneakers. You feel what I'm saying? I just do. I just don't want the culture being so diluted to the point where it's just like, man, it's just a cliche to put on a pair of sneakers in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, you guys really got to understand what it is that you are out here doing. Like, a lot of these 16, 17-year-olds out here spoiled as shit, taking their parents' money. They're already rich and just exploiting people that ain't got money. It's just the cycle is perpetuating itself. The consumerism is capitalism at its finest. I believe, as Malcolm X said, you can't have capitalism without racism. I mean, if you look at it, the sneaker culture went from, cats getting shot over Jordans to now, like, oh yeah, people are standing in lines with their moms for sneakers. You know what I mean? And in certain areas of the world, you still can't even do that shit. You know what I mean? You come in with a fly pair of sneakers, you getting fucked up. Niggas gonna assume you got money. They're gonna put the jokes down on you. I remember standing in line for the Christmas release in 2012, and some dude had his mom in line with him, and he was like, I remember it was this white dude. He was like, "Nah, mom, I don't fucking want these," and like was cussing at his mom's in line with other people. I'm like son. Someone should slap the motherfucking taste out your mouth. I know I'm going all over the place with this just because it's just, it wasn't a concise rant that I had in my head. I just wanted to air out, the fact that me as an older sneakerhead, someone who's been in the game for a minute, someone who's been collecting sneakers for a minute, why I do it. It's just because I like the sneakers. I have, I could probably make a decent bit if I sold half this shit. Not even half, just a few of these joints. I could easily come up on some bread. But it's not about that to me. It's about, just being able to throw something fly on that, I'm happy about, that I work hard for, and I put on my feet. You know what I mean? I take care of my joints, but I buy my joints to wear them, and that's it. Like, I remember for a minute, I didn't even buy sneakers. Like, you can ask anybody, I just kept a few pairs, like Air Maxes and Jordans in rotation. I just kept them clean. And one day I was on the bus, and I had on my Hurricane Games, man, because, I got them from actually knowing some people at Black Wall Street. I got these Hurricane Games I threw on, and I was just running down the street on the bus, and this girl was looking at me on the bus, right? I just had on like a little shirt and jeans or whatever. She was cute. She eyed me up on the bus, looks at my sneakers, and like screw faces me over it. So I was like, okay, word. So then I was like, okay, let me get a couple more joints, and I just kind of went OD with it, cause I finally, I got my teaching gig, so I was like, oh yeah, I got money, I got surplus, I can indulge in my sneakers. But to be concise, I'm sorry to rant and go all over the place. I'm trying to touch on a few key pivotal areas that just really, resonated within me. But the thing is, man, don't subject yourself to to the bullshit these hype beasts is putting you through. There's always gonna be a chance to get sneakers, and I gotta tell myself that because sometimes I get a little quick on the trigger and I buy sneakers just like that. I cop 3-4 pair and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta wait till payday next week to I took care of my bills, but but it's just it's really outlandish what the media is portraying sneakerheads to be and what this culture is really about. Like, it's just like it is with hip hop. I mean, the culture is that it's a culture. There are negatives and positives to it, but I just really can't stand to see people represented in this fashion and getting exploited by these fucking like 15-year-old kids, man. Like, straight up and down, it ain't. I would say if I was in a different place, I'd say rob one of these motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? Go to one of these sneaker conventions, catch one of these niggas slipping, beat the fuck out of them, rob them for exploiting people, because they go to these hood ass areas and exploit people. It's not like, you know what I mean, they're on 5th Avenue in New York City with a sneaker convention. That shit ain't popping. These motherfuckers is going into places like, Brooklyn and Miami and Atlanta and, LA. Shit where there's crime having these sneaker conventions, and a lot of the times it ain't motherfuckers that look like us selling these sneakers. I'm not turning this into a race issue. I'm just putting it out there what it really is. You got a whole bunch of rich motherfuckers, motherfuckers that don't need the money, that don't even care about the sneaker. They just, like the guy who gave me the Concords for the foams. Motherfucker was still in high school, never worn his Concords. It's like, oh yeah, no one's wearing Concords anymore, So let me get onto these foams. Let me just trade them away. The stupidest fucking thing in the world. No, I'm trying to sell the foams. I mean, the Concords. That's beside the point. You know, it's shit like, anyway, you know, that's my rant, man. I just wanted to get this shit out of my system and put it out there so I can enjoy my summer vacation now. Alright? I'm out of here, man. Assalamu alaikum.